You keep on playing around with that 10 energy, the zeros and ones, and we'll see. Don't play with that shit. You just start putting something down right now and move into that trajectory of power. Okay, so yeah, Aladdin, the sacred beetle, he connected both of them, right? And what happened? The Cave of Wonder, the lion's head opened up. You feel me? The lion is what? Courage, strength, right? The Lion King, right? So boom, the Cave of Wonder opens up, and sure enough, Aladdin falls into it with his monkey brain, Apu, the monkey brain still, right? Remember, the monkey brain is just you being in this back and forth with your past and your future, or what we'll say like your conscious brain running supreme, right? And the Cave of Wonders, left and right brain hemispheres with the scarab beetle opening up, gives you the riches, gives you a flying carpet and everything. You feel me? Gold and everything, jewels, gems, which is wisdom, jewels, gems. Feel me? The flying carpet is going to take you everywhere in the world, right? Boom. So then, what else did he find? Yes, sir. He found the Aladdin lamp. And the Aladdin lamp, or the lamp, gives you what? 3 wishes, which is what? The 3 wise men. Pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus gland. Now, the pineal, pituitary, hypothalamus gland is the connection of your corpus callosum, both sides of your brain coming onto the fold, right? Your left and right hemispheres of the brain. So this triangle, or this trinity, created through the aspect of different stimulus, speaking of stimulus packages, different stimulus to secrete certain hormones down your body. So this is secretion of the pineal pituitary hypothalamus gland comes in the form of secreting to your other glands, right? Your thyroid gland, your thymus, your pancreas, adrenal glands, and kidneys, and your testes, or your sexual organ. So now your pineal is the first gateway, if you will. This is where you visualize and you start to have ideas or visions of something that you want to do, or something that you're doing based off of the program. See, you're using this trinity, these 3 wise men, every day anyway, right? So then the pineal gland will then talk to the hypothalamus gland and said, hey, we need all of these particular secretions, right? These hormones. And the hypothalamus will then stimulate the pituitary gland to secrete different hormones down your body to reach all these other glands, right? But these other glands are also what? Your chakra system. So your chakra system is essentially your emotions, energy, emotions, right? So when this crown, or this third eye, the 3 wise men, is stimulated, then you have what we call energy and motion, which is motion. Message. So that motion is the lack of motion, or motion, or you being in motion. You feel me? So now all of a sudden you got to understand that your chakra system is very vital for you to have motion or no motion at all. See, back in the day when I started understanding the science deeper and heavier, I went heavy on my chakra system. I'm talking about crazy, right? So much so I started to understand myself from a whole nother lens of intelligence, based off of me understanding the power of motion, right? Because at the same time, at the end of the day, you're not going to manifest nothing if you're not staying in motion, or if you don't have no motion at all, which is you moving, right? Or which is you being assertive to speak to that particular person, right? Or to make that phone call, you feel me? Or to study for this exam, or whatever it might be, right? You're going to have some kind of motion in order to get your energy moved. So a lot of times, people are just thinking that it's some kind of how would you say, woo-woo thing that's going to happen, which I'm telling you is not. Is this. I just told you this, the steps, your vision, right? So let's just take it back one notch, right? So you might be even visualizing stuff from your past program self, your old self, that's keeping you in lockdown of your chakra system. So now when you are visualizing and putting stuff into the fold of your pineal gland, right? Essentially what's happening is you might be seeing fearful things, right? You might not be seeing yourself as a winner. You might even be seeing yourself, oh, I'm not raising my hand, and I'm not raising my hand at the in the meeting. Oh no, I ain't asking no questions. You seeing that in your head. You seeing how you get to work. You seeing the person you're gonna talk to, right? You seeing yourself not even making assertive, hey, rude movements based off of the old self programming that's keeping you in lockdown. So all that does is stimulate, right? All that does is stimulate your glands and keeps you in lockdown. Feel me? From your root, sacral, solar, heart chakra, and all of it. Right. So it's important to do this chakra work, because then once you start balancing out your chakras, like that video I just played at the beginning with Bobby speaking about your emotions, essentially what happens is you rid yourself of the human emotions, and you're not human, you become God. Message. That's how you become God, ridding yourself of the human emotions, the anxiety type of thing, the robotic movements. You feel me? The aspects of you that does not want to express itself. See, this world is built off of expression. So there's no way around it. If you're going to manifest, you're going to have to express yourself. Express yourself. Express yourself. So, you know, you see it, and we can't even make it up. You see it in life. Everybody that be expressing themselves is out here winning, boy. You see what I'm saying? That's a fearless approach to life, right? That's them being in their God body. Remember DC Young Fly? He used to do all the funny videos and shit, just going off in public and shit, right? Expressing his truth. And niggas would stop and look at him like it was a train wreck happening. Sure enough, came a millionaire off of that. What's the dude that was doing them videos in the Walmarts and shit? That nigga, I just seen him on the Breakfast Club. That dude, can't remember his name, but that dude that got kind of played by G Herbo. That nigga, you feel me? Kai Sanat, Speed, these kids, they on the camera expressing themselves. It's just nothing but expression. And then guess what? They had the ability, right, to talk to this streamer, and all of a sudden, voila. You see, them kids making these damn funny videos, Ben the Don and all of them, right? Making them funny videos and stuff. All of that is just expression. You feel me? Drewski and shit, right? Mr. Beast, right? These are just examples. You know, I'm not saying you got to be a content creator or anything like that, but closed mouth don't get fed. And if you're going to be manifest down here, you're going to have to speak up. Sorry, bye. And that's real. So now, and then that's also why the heart chakra is the gateway, right? But then the first chakra after the heart, the first spiritual chakra after the heart is the throat. Expressing yourself, speaking things into existence, but also speaking clearly with ease. So speaking things into existence is also an affirmation power move to say, I am, I will, I see, I hear, right? All of that stuff. And bringing it into the fold of this third dimension. I'm gonna give y'all some work. I'm gonna give y'all the different things that you could do to stimulate right and left brain hemispheres of the brain, so these three wise men can be turned on, and they can be secreting proper hormones to your chakra system that'll lead you into becoming God. So yeah, energy is in motion, and that's the whole thing to this thing. Energy in motion, that's it. So if you have energy in motion, that's what this whole thing is about. Now let me play this Bill Donahue video so we can start doing some work, getting into the work and understanding that deeper.
Music causes this bridge, the corpus callosum, that connects the neurons of the left and right side to strengthen. So then there's a real practical thing going on when you're listening to music. The connecting bridge between the left and right hemisphere is more pronounced because of music. That's the Red Sea. I'm going to get that off. That's our escape from the presidents and the pastors to the realm of the great light, is to cross over the bridge. Message! You're trying to make it to the right side so that you receive your instructions and your protection from the supreme light. That is the deep truth, and that's why we use music here, meditation. So the scientists say that this music causes an increase in the pathway from the left to the right side. Look at overhead B49, and what Jesus said. Jesus turned around and said in B49, cast the net on the right side of the ship and you will find. And they cast, and they were not able to draw in the multitude of fish, which basically is talking about conscious thought.
So what he's saying there is, you know, you want to lean into, because we've been basically maneuvered into thinking that this is about all logic and rationale and just left brain imprisonment. You want to lean into the spiritual aspects of you, which I'm going to show you some different things you can do to stimulate that area. So then you can have the holistic understanding. So Ma'at, right, bringing Tahuti back into order, creates Sashet, which is creating the movement. And then also Ma'at and Tahuti had 8 kids, right? 8 gods. And that's not a coincidence. 8 is infinity. So that infinity power of the brain is you having both left and right hemispheres turned on and pumping, so you can get that Einstein God brain.
The fish represent new thought, life that comes from the deep but can only be found by crossing over to the right side. And then look at here, the temple. Where's the temple? Take your finger, point it right here. There's the temple that God lives in, that's not made with hands. 1 Kings 6:8. The door for the middle chamber was in the right side of the house. And they went up with winding stairs and out of the middle into the third. All kinds of comments about the construction of the brain. Entry via the pineal, or the middle, is right there at the center between the forehead, between the two eyes. And the winding stairs represent DNA, or kundalini, the twisted serpent. And the third, which is the third ventricle of the brain, where all this is located. So we're trying to cross the bride over to the Red Sea, crossing over to the right sea, crossing to escape from the kings of the earth who have placed us in bondage to unending violence. Well, that's what the scientists say.
Right.
Message.